that she was willing to start branching off in a different direction. Only thing. But there would have been enough there to, I think, especially if it had happened earlier, that could have gotten a lot more grassroots attention and pushed her campaign farther than what it had. And I still,
But
like I said,
okay,
why are we even fucking? Wait, can I ask? Why are we even talking about this? This is a deflection because the difference is we are willing to acknowledge that there were mistakes. Let me finish. We were willing to acknowledge, and Harris herself is willing to acknowledge there were mistakes in the campaign. What you guys crucially are unable to acknowledge is that every voter who stayed home because of Gaza did a disservice to this country and should be ashamed of themselves, including you, Ogre. You tried to slide in and say, well, I told other people to vote. You did not vote for Harris, and so you have to reconcile with your own shame, which you have not done. You should have shame. You should have shame. You should have shame.
Because the other half I was going to say to IRI's point was that she lied about knowing the importance of separating herself.
I thought you guys
after the election.
I thought you guys just lied, or just said that you wanted her to lie.
But they didn't know a way. She goes on her book tour in front of the fucking View and says, "I didn't understand that it was that important to even do it." All of this, so much of this shit is fucking cope. It's insane.
What? We have had so many conversations on this podcast about how Kamala Harris could have run a better campaign. To my knowledge, liberals do not shy away from these kinds of conversations. They happen all the time. So that's fine. We can dive into that topic if we want to. I want to dive into something different. I want to respond to something specifically that Vadim said. You said, or implied, right? And tell me if I got you wrong, that Kamala had a moral imperative is the word that you used. A moral imperative to do everything she could to get out the vote to beat Trump, right? You said that.
I think
just said that.
I said that she had a moral imperative to I actually didn't say moral imperative in relation to her. But
yes, you did.
No, I didn't. But I'll go ahead and kind of say that I think she did. Yes, I think that any candidate should have a moral imperative to
okay, all right. So she had a moral imperative, right?
Get
so
our funding out of a fucking genocide. Yes.
No. I'm saying she had a moral imperative to do everything she could to beat Donald Trump. Do you agree with that?
She would have.
I understand that. You keep going to that topic. I'm just asking you in generalities.
He said yes. He said yes.
The moral imperative that performing this action would have won her the election. I believe that, and I can explain why.
No, I'm past. Okay, listen. Why did she have a moral imperative to beat Donald Trump? Specifically Donald Trump.
For harm reduction.
Specifically Donald Trump.
For harm reduction.
Dude, I don't know where you're going with
Oh my
this.
god.
I don't know where you're going with
Oh my
this.
god.
Just walk with me.
You're
Vadim is not. He's like, yeah.
Why won't you answer my question, bro? Come on.
He's just not very sharp. This got to be so frustrating for Hutch.
Why did she?
Why did you like fucking mind games? And you're not accepting the simple fact that.
Okay, let me jump to the point. I just spare me, please. I just want to get. I've been very patient. You guys have been speaking. You're not engaging with me in good faith. I'm asking you good faith questions.
Just let him go.
You're not engaging with my questions. You don't want to do it. Fine. I'll just arrive at the point. You did say that she had a moral imperative to do everything that she could to beat Donald Trump. Yes. I agree. I think the reason why she had a moral imperative was because Donald Trump is uniquely dangerous, and him ascending to the office of the presidency was inevitably going to lead to mass suffering. Okay. Yeah. What I put to you right now is that it's not, the moral imperative does not just rest with politicians. We are a democracy. We have a vote, and people with positions of influence, like politicians or even influencers, they also have
voters.
They also have a moral imperative, if they care about these issues and can see Trump for what he is, to do everything that they could to prevent that from happening. I put that same moral. You only want to talk about the moral imperative of Kamala Harris, and you don't want to put any responsibility on people that are in a democracy and have a vote and have a say. The second point that I want to make. Shut up, bro.
Wait.
Stop
Dude,
wait. I gotta be both of you because you this is what was gonna happen. You're talking past each other. Hutch, your analogy of the thing of like they're not helping build the wall, right? Wait, Hutch, please, Hutch. I want you to listen to me, please, Hutch. The idea that tell me if this is wrong, Vadim and Ogre Boy, is that they're saying, hey, you need to build this wall out of concrete, and you stack. If I help you stack up mud, it's not gonna matter. And then they didn't build it out of concrete, and then the fucking ocean destroyed the village or whatever, right? So, like, can you engage with, like, they think this is the only thing that would have won the election? I don't agree with this, but you're talking past both of them.
I don't need you to translate for them and be like an intermediary, okay? He's a big boy. He's an adult. He's a grown-up, okay?
Are the people who
you say that I was responsible, going back to what you just said, you like, say that I was responsible for Israel's genocide because I was, hang on, you said that I was partly responsible for Israel's genocide because I talked about the issue on my stream and expressed skepticism about particular language. You think that I am complicit in genocide? You said directly, you said I am directly complicit in genocide, but you don't think Rashida Tlaib was directly complicit in Donald Trump winning because she refused to endorse? What is that logic? How does that make any sense, bro?
And he has made too many points for me to effectively hit, okay?
Go ahead.
Is the idea supposed to be
what?
As long as the party...
Shut the fuck up, dude!
I made 2 points! How can
Vadim is legitimately like an 85 IQ person. This conversation is not going to work. He shouldn't be here representing the side. He's not, he shouldn't, he really just is not qualified for the conversation. Like, cognitively, he can't do it.
That if the party just waits out the person that's wanting the
this Ogre Boy guy might be able to at least engage with the subject matter. Vadim cannot. There's a reason why he had to write a script about whatever the fuck he wanted to talk about, or why when he brought up that one guy in the Democracy Now! Show, he had to go look up the transcript for that program because he couldn't remember any of the points that he made.
Session that they can go ahead and do.
No, that's not the point.
Anyway.
No, that's not the point. The point is on Vadim's view. If it's the case that Hutch is morally responsible for a genocide, that on that same view, right? Someone like, for example, Rashida Tlaib, or for example, Zoran Mamdani. By the way, I don't even grant this view. But if that is your view, by your own logic, they're responsible for Trump in some sense. And I even see you guys claiming responsibility in a causal sense, given that you think that it was a but-for sort of condition to her losing. And so that's the point. The point is an inconsistent standard that you only apply to like Hutch for the genocide.
Guys,
that's
no. I need to explain what I am saying. Because I don't really like. If I'm gonna like really play the blame game, I'm gonna be talking about the shit that both Biden and Kamala did primarily. But if we are going to do some sort of hierarchy of blame, then absolutely I am going to blame people like Hutch, who never took the idea that there even was a genocide seriously in the first place, ignored the statements of so many human rights organizations.
So it was the left's fault then, right?
And historians.
So it was the left's fault then, right? That's what you're saying?
If she would have rescinded her lack
it is you more than anybody else inside that situation.
But the left could have prevented Trump from winning, but they didn't because of the genocide. That's what you're saying, right?
No. What I'm saying is that if the wishes of okay, I need to kind of like chill.
Take a break.
To kind of
take a breath
properly.
Maybe take a walk. Ask Ogre Boy, jump in. He's struggling.
Can I just say, while you gather your thoughts, there's nothing Kamala could have said or done that would have been sufficient. The goalposts are on wheels. No, it doesn't matter what she said. It doesn't matter what she said. She could have said it's a genocide. To hell with Israel. I'm going to wipe them off the map if I get in there. It would have never, ever been good enough.
Did you
Let's
watch
not kid
Biden's farewell
ourselves.
tour?
Come on.
Did you watch Biden's farewell tour?
What does that? Some of it. Why?
One of his final comments when he talked about the secret to his success was saying that sometimes you have to know like the thing that's worth losing for. Like there's always going to be something that it's like, well, we can't do that because we might lose. Well, they lost anyway and still didn't do the thing that was probably worth standing on the right side of.
We don't grant that. We don't grant that. But what we're examining right now is the culpability, the relative culpabilities. And by this logic, I think you guys have to grant that Bernie Sanders is culpable for genocide because he didn't call it a genocide until September 2025.
He's also
I'm just gonna ask the question. So I'm just gonna ask the question. So I'm just gonna ask the question. So I'm just going to ask the question on the view that Hutch is culpable for the genocide. Bernie Sanders is correct.
No. Why? This is where I disagree from Vadim, but I think his mentality is very indicative of
you can speak for
why
himself,
we're
right?
fucked as a country.
Wait, Vadim, do you think it's bad that Ogre Boy has a genocide enabler poster behind him?
It's bad. Yeah, I mean he's enabling genocide the same way Hutch is.
His refusal to use a specific piece of language, to be certain.
Oh, now that matters.
Into the correct category of withholding arms to Israel, speaking out about what's happening over there. And he finally got on a page that not even Hutch is willing to get on. So
I think that if you are willing to use dead Palestinians in a political debate in the cynical way that you guys do, I question if you actually give a fuck about those people, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to run this. I'm going to try running this trial one more time. And then I'll 2x because these motherfuckers take forever to talk. Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
Gonna, I guess.
We have 40. I'm sorry, Pierce, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million.
Stop. Okay, wait, sorry, what did you say?
Kettle 4, I'm gonna cheat right now and click as fast as possible.
Kettle 4? You have a Kettle 4 on you?
Yeah.
Okay. Good gun. Okay.
One in blue, you're gonna run red, right?
No, we're gonna fucking fuck off.
Let's head home at the lobby metro.
Oh my god, we're gonna run all the way here. Right. Okay, I'm just running. I'm turning this on again.
I just think that this is like.
I don't think you actually care about them.
This is just manipulation, dude. You're the one.
I don't think you care about them. I think you use them as pawns in political debates.
Wait, let him respond.
No, hang on. These two constantly accuse me of being complicit in a genocide.
Yeah,
it is a disgusting smear. I spent my stream talking about how Israel.
Fuck. Fuck our cues, bro. Fuck that dude up. Were they free kids? Yep. Chow.
Classic.
Oh, you got away though. Good job. Was the other guy free kit?
I just guessed he wasn't in loot him.
Pussy. Okay. Jesus Christ. Alright, running to extract?
Yeah. I think this one's safer than the other one.
Which one is?
Metro compared to
Jesus.
Loading bay.
Yeah, okay. Running there.
Israel was very likely committing international war crimes with respect to proportionality. I never co-signed the total blanket bombing campaign that they embarked on.
Yeah, but
Vadim, people like you, people like Vadim, get on there and then smear me and lie and accuse me of supporting genocide. You couldn't possibly do that if you actually gave a fuck about the
You do not have to.
They are pawns in your political fight.
Just stand on
it's
this
virtue signaling nonsense.
Here's a political fight and ending
who said this?
support?
You do
No,
not
his virtue
stand on
signaling
this.
is nonsense.
I know, but let him
jump.
Yeah.
I don't. Are you just more athletic than my character?
Yeah, it's a genetic thing.
Is it because I have a heavy shield, maybe?
Oh, it's actually probably that.
Okay, let's.
Okay, we just fucking just go up the ladder then.
Let's take the normal, the everyman's route. Okay, fuck you.
Who said this, Hutch? You do not have to make absurd comparisons to Dachau in order to make the case that Palestinians in Gaza are suffering. Regardless, if Biden was actually wanting to genocide that population, he's currently doing a really terrible job of it.
I was speaking to the death count compared to the birth rate. If we're talking about the proposition that Israel, was trying to exterminate Palestinians entirely from Gaza, then they were. That's going to take a pretty long time at the current rate. Was my point.
Okay.
And it is absurd to compare it to Dachau. Yes, it's absurd.
You know what? This is actually. I'm glad that we're at this moment.
Yeah, we got to the point where you get to very virtue signal like you actually give a fuck about these people.
Important thing to bring up here, okay? So I came here to have this conversation. I'm not monetizing this. I'm not even streaming it. I went out of my way to do this, and I would like you, as a gesture of
I told you he was going to do this, so I
yeah, of course I am.
I told you.
You watched Chris Gunsler and
are you doing like a tag team thing?
And what's that?
You doing like a tag team thing?
No, he thinks you're gonna like Sam Cedar him.
He is. I told you he was going to do this.
Oh.
Above us.
Did you get the guy down there? Wait, above?
Above us.
Don't know this person. If they want to call.
Are you sure?
Yes, I got shot from there. Behind us.
I'm going down. Are you down?
Yeah, he's killing me. You can kill me both directions.
Come to me. Fuck.
You can defib in here.
Hold on. This guy's down.
He's jumping out.
Oh no.
He's pushing. He's pushing.
Oh, my gun is not out! Okay, well, good run. Were we getting, was it 3 teams at one point?
Yeah, it's another team.
Jesus, fuck.
We're getting shot in the back. There's guys above. There's guys
and then
down
guys
here.
down the hallway, and then, holy shit. Careful, that guy's evil over there. He's a terrorist in there. Fuck, they didn't believe me. Jesus Christ.
Talk on like a Discord.
You are in some cancer fucking queues. Holy shit.
Well, I think also, I don't know how much the singles affect the duos. Because in all of our duos, we've been PvPing a lot too, so.
No, my single's been cancer lately as well.
Oh, well. And we weren't even in a good fucking queue, too. Okay. Alright, fuck this. Okay, we'll try it again tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, have fun, be careful. Alright, go watch the Living Other guys, okay? Good luck, have fun, be careful. I love you guys. We're gonna capture I'll say guys later, peace out.
Out here, we stand together as one.
The blade like this, or you can do a slashing using the back end of the blade, using a hand to push the blade like so. I'm purposely not hitting the target, I'm not missing. If you hit it, it's gonna be a good strike. You got the whole weight of your left hand pushing up on this while you pull with your right hand. So, okay. So just remember these techniques. Definitely improvise. Depending on your situation, you're going to be using different techniques against different kinds of weapons and whatnot. Now, what we're going to do is, say you're unfortunate enough to get a burglar with a gun. You got to be stealthy about it. Say you're in your room. Most burglars are probably going to be in the living room trying to steal the TV and whatnot. If he is, you don't want to get into a fight with a burglar. If he's taking your stuff, try to get a look at him, get a picture if you can, gather information. Don't get in a fight with him if you don't have to. If he's coming up to your room trying to get into your jewelry box or whatever, that's when you got to get into a fight. So come closer this way. Alright, this is the event. You're standing behind an inward opening door. Burglar's coming through here. You're going to stand here like this. As soon as the burglar starts opening the door, he has a gun. He has no clue you're here. Just be quiet. When he opens the door, stab in. Just rip the door open. Stab really quickly. Slam door shut. And stand back. Hopefully, you'll hit him with a good strike. If not, then you're not in a really good situation. Because
I'd rather just do everything John Wick style, you know? Gun's probably more useful. It would be cool, like, decapitating somebody or chopping their limbs off with a sword, though. That would be fun. No, I haven't convinced Isaac to hop on steroids right now, anyway. Oh man, I'm so high. I am so much more high than I thought I would be. Oh. You know what sucks? I can't find any German Zweihanders that are not leather wrapped. Want a Zweihander?
most guns are going to be able to fire through a door. You got to be very careful with this technique. This is not something you want to do. This is last resort. If he has a gun, fucking hide. Just open the door, shove it. If the door's already a little bit open like this, same thing. You don't want to try smashing him with the door because that's not going to do too much damage.
Let me see.
The first time Mausi approached me was in a calisthenics park in Cyprus where I live while I was training.
Orange.
And it was super cute because I made push-ups.
Orange
and
boy.
She pressed her head against my chest.
Oh my god.
Also against my head and against my
Oh,
arms.
I would not do that. I would just spend time with the kitty. Oh, it's a nice kitty.
Possible anymore to do any push-ups because she was interrupting it.
Oh.
I felt an immediate connection with her.
Well, it's funny how cats choose you.
Because I wasn't the only one who was training, but I was the only one who got approached. My hobby here in Cyprus is to clean the island. The area full of stray cats. Unfortunately, it's super polluted there, so I just super cute and searching for me. Look, she has a clip on her ear, so she's fully astray. Like, I'm her human. Security, or I'm her. I've never thought.
Oh my god, that's a good cat.
That I would adopting a stray. If I had.
Yes, that is a good cat. Thanks for the donation, Ethan, though. You should try Luna bars. I don't know if I've ever seen those. Maybe I have? I'm not sure. I don't know if they're in Canada. Yeah, I definitely haven't seen a box that looks like this. I'll be on the lookout. Dodo, donate $2. Let me see.
Tensions in the Arctic are rising. Global superpowers are competing for natural resources, trade, 5 minutes, and camping outside on my own. In my course here focuses on teaching participants 3 key skills: survival, tactics, and operations.
These can't be Green Berets. They're that bad at skiing.
3 key skills: survival.
Everybody within the NATO has switched.
Moist uniform.
They're that bad at skiing, and they're Green Berets?
Or if we have a minor and have Finland, in which case ride 30 meters with severe.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Fuck the cold.
Yeah, sorry to keep you guys out here that long.
Well, that was an interesting experience.
It was.
The user interface is a little clunky at first, but what I saw that bothered me were the names of at least 6 men that have been redacted that are likely incriminated by their inclusion in these files. So that's the first thing that I saw. It took some digging to find them. Then I'll let you talk about what you saw.
Well, and we discussed that. I mean, there are 6 men, some of them with their photographs that have been redacted, and there's no explanation why those people were redacted.
Yep.
Investigation, and Epstein's lawyers synopsized and quoted Trump as saying that that Jeffrey Epstein was not a member of his club at Mar-a-Lago, but he was a guest at Mar-a-Lago, and he had never been asked to leave. And that was redacted for some indeterminate, inscrutable reason. I know it seems to be at odds with some things that President Trump has been saying recently about how he had kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his club or asked him to leave, and this was at least one report that appears to contradict it. But
you definitely want to get the stab in. Now, say you're on the inside of an in-world opening door. So, I'm going to go back.
How come you being such a lazy fuck as of late? Keep skipping workouts, going on junk food. Majority of your diet's junk. Well, I don't live my life to please you, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. So, guess what? At the end of the day, I'm bigger, stronger than you, look better than you, healthier than you, make more money than you, get more pussy than you, so you can keep complaining about what I do. And whatever's working for me is working. Whatever you're doing isn't working.
Here. say cameraman is the burglar. Don't come here. I'm just using this as an example. He's gonna be here, starts opening the door. Epic kick, run in, straight up, stab right through. You want to surprise him, he's gonna be like, I have a gun, there's nothing you're gonna do. Oh shit! You want to surprise the hell out of the guy. None of these techniques are foolproof. Anything can happen in a fight for your life. You need to be careful, you need to improvise. Where is he, where is you? What do you have around? If you have any kind of better weapon you can use. If you have like a bow and arrow, if you have a cross.
No, I'm not mostly eating junk. He's just a retard. Actually, I had a lot of trouble eating today. I wasn't able to eat until just now. My appetite can go way down sometimes.
If you just, a katana is a last resort weapon in case of a burglary. Now, rule number 1, hide. Rule number 2, if you absolutely have to get into a fight, be safe, think about it, keep him at range. If he has a gun, best thing you can do not be seen. There's not much you can do with a blade against a gun. I'll admit that. You gotta be careful, you gotta be safe. Call the police as soon as you have any suspicion that there's somebody in your home.
Yes, so in case you were wondering about that.
A 19-year-old, 160-pound science bros that are, using a protractor to measure angles of things and get a little carried away with it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it really is about how much tension you're placing on the muscle. And I think guys, now there's just some great machines and guys have gotten better. I mean, everything is improved. Nutrition has really improved. Our ability to monitor things, like monitor health now. Like, I don't think anybody was fucking 20 years ago. Most people weren't even doing blood work.
No, yeah, absolutely. So you think this is just going to keep going? That it's just going to keep breaking barriers?
I mean, there is an upper limit on genetics. I mean, PEDs really haven't progressed. I mean, there are no, as of right now. I mean, that may change, but pharmaceutical companies aren't researching new anabolics. We do have some new fat loss tools. Some of the GLP-1s and peptides out there are pretty interesting. But as far as anabolics, I think one thing, like I said earlier, that has really changed is the cheap and easy access to growth hormone. I mean, you look at it, like now, like when I won my pro card at Masters, there were 1,000 guys competing at Masters Nationals.
Jesus Christ.
1,000, dude. There were 50. I was in the over 50 class. There were 50 dudes in my class competing. 20 years ago.
That'd be a nice clean up on entry fees that weekend.
Yeah, really.
I mean,
VG, how are you? I've been sleeping for a while around the time you go live, so I missed a lot. What's up?
Oh, not much, We've just been dilly-dallying and pooping and schmooping. I'm just pretty high right now. Thanks for the donation, Rex.
Young black man thinks he can get away with crime because he's in Florida and he thinks he's clavicular. He even talks like him. He definitely watches clavicular.
I am the guy you were looking for in regards to this situation. The long and short of it is that here obviously at Dunkin', he's a regular. He normally comes through here and orders a large hot coffee, but today maybe he's having a rough day or something, and he decided to be extremely profound at the mouth. And I asked him respectfully on the microphone, could you please not use that kind of language, obviously with me and my employees, and as well as that. And he said no, and then he came around to the window. He kept going at the window, and then I guess he was going to come inside. So I came inside. I came along this side to let him know. He asked for the manager. Our current store manager is off already. She worked morning shift, and she's currently otherwise here. So I would be for the senior shift. I've been here a little bit longer than he has, so I would reserve responsibility for that. In any case, I came out to let him know. I said, listen, sir, with the profanity that you use, I would highly recommend that you go on about your business. We don't want to serve you any coffee today. Maybe you can try again another day, but you have clearly upset, you feel me, the atmosphere here, and we would like for you to go on about your business. I asked him to do that repetitively. It's all on camera. came inside, he addressed me and he was looking, I said, you know, hey, listen, the manager's not here right now. I'll give you the, you know, the manager's store number and all that good stuff. And he didn't want it. And I said, sir, well, can you please go on about your business again and have a good day? He said, no, you're a nigger. And then I said, and I'm sorry, I had a little bit of an issue with it. And I said, say it again, and he did. Right hook sent me down.
So it goes without being said that you can't hit somebody because they say something you don't like.
I very well.
I'm just telling you, I probably.
No. I agree. Believe me. I'm terrified right now, but I agree with what you're saying. You shouldn't.
I know in some states there is a term called fighting words. I don't know if that would be a legal defense in this case.
I have had a fit of racism since I've only been here about 2 months, and I've dealt with so much of it. And I'm not saying that is.
He killed the guy by hitting him in the head, just like a single punch.
So basically, he was just being, outright rude. And I was on the phone with my manager and the police officers at that time. Police officer at verbal, I guess he doesn't know how to, be respectful. So,
hello.
Pujols then walked away. Racial slur, calling Pujols the N-word. At that point, Pujols stepped through the swinging door, moving closer, but keeping his hands at his sides. He warned Cook not to say the word again. Cook repeated the slur. In response, Pujols threw a single punch to Cook's jaw. Cook fell backward, struck his head on the concrete floor, and lost consciousness. Pujols then walked away as emergency service.
That's crazy. That such a small guy could kill the dude. One punch. Jeez. Is his name Pujols? Did I hear that right? Pujols? Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Under some of that weight where it's not just like where some people balloon up and then as soon as they hit it, boom, come straight back down. He's got a good time to sit in that 240 to 50 range. So when he does diet down, it'd be interesting to see what he comes into the Olympia at in good condition. If he still be 310 or something, or
Have you seen Samson in person?
I've met Samson in person, yes, but not at this size. Like he was around 300 when I met him at the New York Pro like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was there too.
Now he's like 357. I mean, it's.
Well, I know it wasn't the punch
He was
itself.
huge when I met him, but I can only imagine what it looks like now in person.
I think the biggest person I've ever seen it was Greg Kovacs back in the day.
Did you ever meet Trevor Smith back in the day?
No,
because he was up near 400. I used to own Nuclear Nutrition, Trevor Smith, and he was into that real heavy duty shit like Dorian. He was massive. I'm not sure if you can pull up a picture of Trevor Smith, can you? If he's on there.
Let's see, Trevor Smith.
He ended up passing away. His wife Nancy still goes to shows and that. She's from back east. But Trevor Smith.
Holy shit!
Put in Trevor Smith.
Oh my god!
Oh, you got a picture of him?
Yeah,
there's a picture of him with Jay Cutler making Jay look small.
He always used to have like a cut off. He's the one that told me, Lee, because I used to hang out with him a bit. He used to give me his supplements, Nuclear Nutrition. Then he's like, Lee, let's try you 800 a week a test, and I did. And after a couple of weeks, I felt shit. I said, I'm going back down to 400. I felt crap on the.
I'm assuming this is him, Lee.
I can't see.
You can't see.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him.
Yeah, it would be. He's a white guy.
Yeah, he's making Ronnie look small. Jesus.
Yeah, but him. Yeah, sometimes in his training shots, he'd have like the old T. Michael on, the big headband on, and just like he was into like he'll be doing 8 plates benching on a Smith machine and shit, just real crazy, like similar to Dorian and dog crap style training type thing. He'd just go fucking nuts.
Yeah,
massive.
I see. He's just a big dude. But then you also, what was I going to say? You also got big guys like Brian Shaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just, a little bit different. Just a massive human being. But
Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall's another
Eddie
one.
Hall, yeah, absolutely. These guys are just huge, and I don't know. We shall see if how they hold up, how long they could. Because look, here's the thing. Dexter had a long, extensive career, probably because he wasn't the biggest guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Paul, where the bigger bodybuilders generally their careers are shorter. Am I accurate?
I mean, the biggest risk is your heart, cardiovascular health.
Nope. Crickets from Revival Fitness. Obviously is not messaging me back or responding to anything. Dude is a massive, massive pussy. Yeah, he's all talk. What a dipshit.
Clotting factors, like they could probably do some simple genetic tests and find out if they have high clotting factor. I think that's what got George Peterson was a clot.
Wow, really?
So now I wondered with that too, because I never had to, but I used to know friends that would get blood taken out because they'd get thick and stuff. But I was lucky, and that never happened to me. But I donate blood every three months. Yeah, I donate blood anyway. But
that's also genetic, and it's also related to the doses that you take and what
do
you
you think,
run.
when if you have that genetic disposition, because when the jab come out for COVID, everyone's saying that was killing people. But I was thinking, if you're already genetically genetically going to have blood clots, taking a lot of steroids, then you got the COVID thing on top of that. If that also did would that make you?
Combination. Yeah, it's about the COVID could cause pericarditis, which you have inflammation of the myocardium.
The actual COVID infection causes clotting, by the way.
100 pounds and already having water retention and potential thicker blood from running things like Anadrol, and equipoise and shit like that. It's probably a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Well, Joe, hope these guys pretty much know what they're doing. I hope they have, good people.
Somebody said Lee thinks his blood with gin and tonics.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I have gin. I sometimes have 12 shots of gin, but because I can't stand the taste of alcohol, the gin will be this much in a glass, but then I need 3 glasses of orange juice. So technically it's healthy because I'm washing it down with orange juice with the pulp in it.
Now, Paul,
I'm getting my vitamin C.
The best part is that Lee is a day drinker, right?
Paul High is working the graveyard shift when he comes face to face with a 500-pound black bear.
I was on my way to go change the outside trash, and I was...
Bears are fucking hilarious.
We're still working on the being nice to people part, but maybe I shouldn't work on that too.
A 6 on Your Side exclusive.
Squirrel.
A Meridian man's pet squirrel literally goes nuts on a would-be burglar. The man
something didn't seem right.
I came in the front door.
Immediately greeted by his pet squirrel.
Oh my god, the squirrel's it's just so cute.
Joey when he got home, but then he started noticing a few doors were open. After making his way to the back bedroom, his fear was confirmed once he started looking at his gun safe.
I started looking at it, and I saw the scratches that were around the locking area. And at that point, I knew somebody was definitely in here messing around.
Adam called Meridian Police, and when Officer Ashley Turner came out to take a look, Joey just had to say hello.
And during her investigations, Joey had run in the bedroom just screwing around like he always does between her legs and kind of startled her. And she says, "Whoa, what was that?" I said, "Don't worry about that. That's just Joey. Pet squirrel,
Officer Turner asked Adam if Joey would bite.
I said, "Well, he usually doesn't bite, but you never know, because he is a squirrel."
Hours later, with some of his stolen belongings and some unbelievable news.
She said while she was questioning the individual, he had scratches on his hand. So she asked him, "So did you get that from the squirrel?" And he says, "Yeah, damn thing kept attacking me and wouldn't stop until I left."
Now Joey is being hailed.
Oh my god. Home protection squirrel.
Because it's already in default. So the judge should not have been able to order this, but he did anyway, because judges do what they want, they think they're God, and they never suffer any repercussions for their actions. And this is available on Pacer. You can read this for yourself. defendants, me, are enjoined from making public statements referencing that plaintiff, Paul Saladino, copied, plagiarized, stole, or otherwise improperly used defendants or any other third party's work. So I'm not allowed to say that Paul Saladino copied me. Seems kind of crazy. Engages in dishonest practices in connection with his business, trade, or profession. Abuses prescription or illegal drugs. Improperly or illegally manipulates social media posts, or engages in any inappropriate sexual activity. So they're basically silencing my freedom of speech because all of these things that I said, I personally believed were factual.
No, you were deliberately, knowingly, willingly lying maliciously. We all know that.
And then the other stuff is they made me delete some YouTube videos and all this nonsense, but he should not have been allowed to do this. And I can still say things outside of this about Paul Saladino. I can call him evil. I can call him corrupt. I can say he ruined.
Why aren't more people pointing out that Jeffrey Epstein himself is Jewish? Richard. 0.2% of the global population is Jewish. So what are the odds that the person at the center of this child sex trafficking ring just happened to be Jewish? It's not coincide.
Sure. You're an idiot.
Ruined my life. I can, more importantly, factually reference the things that occurred in this case. So if I showed that letter that he wanted to steal money from disabled people and it occurred in this case, I'm just repeating the case matter. You know, the court record is public. People can see it. If Paul Saladino looks bad by me referencing this case, to me that doesn't seem like it's violating this gag order, which again shouldn't have been issued in the first place, but these judges don't care and the higher court doesn't care yet. An appeal has been filed. I filed multiple personal lawsuits against all the individuals in this case, including the first lawyer that screwed me over, the second lawyer that screwed me over, all of these people that are committing fraud and perjury and all this ridiculous stuff. So again, you know, it's all, how do you put it? You know, they're all in the club and I'm not, and their only goal is to ruin and destroy my life. And who's going to help me? If the people that the public has entrusted to deliver justice are the ones ruining your life, what are you supposed to do? And the answer to that is make it as public as possible and expose these people until they back off. Because no matter what this judge does in this case, this guy doesn't want me talking about this for the rest of his life.
Hello, friends.
Yeah.
My name is JJ, and welcome to my 600th video. Wow. And in honor of this historic milestone, today I thought I would do what I do best and give you a 25-minute summary of the last few months of Canadian politics. So when we last left off, back in May of 2025, Mark Carney had just been elected Prime Minister of Canada. Carney's rise to this country's top job was one of the most remarkable stories in Canadian political history, just because he achieved such tremendous success in such an incredibly short period of time. It's not a stretch to say that little over a year ago, most Canadians had never even heard of him. Carney had been an international banker and bureaucrat for most of his adult life, with jobs that entailed spending many years outside of Canada. His election as Prime Minister
Hate this piece of shit.
was the first political
Man fudge as mungold, man fudge as mungold, man just fudge as mungold, ingest fudge as mungold, man fudge as mungold, chads fudge as mungold, chav fudge as mungold, man the country of chads as mungold, man fudge as mungold, just fudge as mungold, man fudge as mungold.
Yeah. Yeah. What, the thing you said. Thanks for the donation. Might get that. Take a look at the mods they have for that game.
Office he ever sought, and came after he lived most of the last decade in England. What this means in practice is that a lot of Canadians are still basically in the process of getting to know him, and it's probably fair to say that he is still in something of an extended honeymoon period. His personal approval numbers are still very high, and are indeed higher than that of the Liberal Party he leads. Carney was elected in April of 2025 in a campaign that was dominated by anti-Trump and anti-American rhetoric. This was in large part because the Canadian election happened barely 100 days into Donald Trump's second presidency, which had been defined by weird and unprovoked belligerence towards Canada. Shortly after he assumed office, Trump began vowing to impose brutal tariffs on this country and mused about taking it over altogether. In Canadian political culture, the Liberal Party...
Dodo Nutellers, can you fact check her claims here? Let me see.
The second time this petition that has been signed by 2,700 people. Many
Anti-war movement, suck my ass. They're all pro-war. They wanted Hamas to attack Israel, so what the fuck are they talking about? They're pro-war. There's some pretty good nude mods for Stellar Blade. They even have, like, buttholes modeled.
Many of them members of the Sierra Club. I myself am a lifetime member for 40 years. And in the spirit of why the Sierra Club was founded, to protect the earth and to honor the earth and to let it have its dignity and support the life that we all count on. We've been calling on the Sierra Club to understand that the greatest contributor to climate change and the destruction of the earth is war and militarism. And right now, data centers funded by the military budget are being built across the country. That is also at the core of, like, you know, the support mechanisms to ICE and how ICE tracks people. There are 3 copies, so you can give it to the leadership. Thank you very much.
The Sierra Club does critical work and has a lot of influence. With its millions of members, a committed base.
After through these.
Who cares? Thanks for the nation, Dodo.
It tends to be the more reliably anti-American and nationalistic of Canada's 2 main parties. After Carney became head of the Liberals in March, he was eager to introduce himself to the country as a prime ministerial candidate willing to make it his defining mission to fight back against Trump and the Americans more generally.
The Americans want our strength. They want our resources. They want our water. They want our land. They want our country. They want our country. They do. Never.
We need to fight Trump's tariffs with counter tariffs of our own that cause maximum damage in the United States with minimum impact here.
He said his conservative opponent, meanwhile, could not be trusted to guard Canadian independence or Canadian values because he was too much like Trump himself. Carney had this whole slogan of elbows up against the Americans.
Canadians are so fucking stupid, dude. Like, democracy just doesn't work because there's too many fucking retards. So we're just voting in a Liberal Party that's going to turn this country into the fucking UK. Just more broke, more retarded, more immigrants. Less jobs, everyone's getting fucking paid less. Oh, and our guns are getting taken away and more crime. It's just great. Like, they're so stupid.
Which is apparently an old-fashioned hockey reference of some sort. Though honestly, a lot of Canadians that I spoke to, even big hockey fans, told me they found it sort of confusing and counterintuitive. Certainly a lot of conservatives were quick to characterize it as liberal cringe at its worst. But the conservatives were also clearly caught flat-footed by the dominance of US-Canada relations in the election campaign, which was not remotely their preferred issue. But Carney spoke it fluently, and he revived his party's lagging poll numbers and won the Liberals a 4th term. During his 9 months in office, Carney has so far been keen to define himself as a prime minister who will lead Canada into a new economic era where our traditional dependence on the United States is lessened, and we instead trade much more with the rest of the world, and indeed, ourselves. I'm sure a lot of you heard about this big speech that Carney gave at the World Economic Forum the other day. He laid out a rather dark vision of a world that was becoming more cutthroat and mercenary, which he heavily implied was largely because the United States had decided to abandon its reliability as a friendly ally and guardian of a predictable, rules-based international order.
We know the old order is not coming back. We shouldn't mourn it. Nostalgia is not a strategy.
The speech impressed.
Who do you hate more, Trudeau or Carney? They're the same. They're not really any different.
And even shocked a lot of the world with its bluntness and eloquence, though it's worth remembering that Carney constantly talks this way all the time about everything.
This decades-long process of an ever closer economic relationship with the United States is now over. We need to keep moving with speed and determination, because the upheaval in the global trading system is not a transition, it's a rupture.
Threats from a more dangerous and divided world are unraveling the rules-based international order.
A 60-year period of close cooperation, partnership, job growth, and prosperity. And that era has now ended.
He's particularly fond of this idea that we are in the midst of a new world order.
Sets us up well for the new world order,
in which old alliances and rivalries should be revisited, which I think is a mission that he personally feels quite comfortable with, as someone who has lived in all of these different countries and spent so much time networking with international big shots. Carney has made a very large number of overseas trips during his first year as prime minister, including multiple trips to Europe and the Middle East, and a very high-profile visit to China last month. The problem, however, is that these trips do not yet seem to be yielding much in the way of actual deals. The Chinese trip was probably his most fruitful, but even it only concluded with a rather narrow transactional agreement wherein the Chinese agreed to buy more Canadian canola in exchange for the Canadians agreeing to buy more Chinese electric cars. And this seems to be shaping up to be one of Carney's big challenges. A lot of countries just don't care as much about Canada as Carney cares about them. Carney might be keen to offer up Canada as an eager participant in some new, less sentimental global order.
My back is just kind of bothering me. I don't know. I'm thinking of I'll try to stream, but if my back like really starts bothering me, I don't want to agitate it more.
Order seeking to offset American power, but other countries are still going to pursue whatever relationship with America they think makes most sense for them. We saw some of this in the aftermath of his World Economic Forum speech, wherein the leaders of Britain and India, amongst others, insisted that they believed that a close relationship with the US was still very much possible and desirable. But despite it all, maintaining a close relationship with the US theoretically remains one of Carney's main foreign policy objectives too. 2026 is the year that he's supposed to renegotiate the so-called USMCA free trade agreement with the Trump administration, and his government says it's ready and willing to do so. The maintenance of free trade with the US is critical for Canada's economic well-being, but given all of his anti-American rhetoric, Carney will also have to worry about outraging his anti-Trump base if he's seen as giving away too much. But on the other hand, Carney's proven track record of overt American skepticism might also make him uniquely qualified to sell a renewed or even expanded trade deal with the US without inflaming fears of lost Canadian sovereignty. The bigger political concern from all of this stuff, however, is whether Canadians will feel any real-world economic consequences from all of these deals that Carney is or isn't getting. Because at the end of the day, Carney isn't pursuing a robust trade agenda because he likes the way it sounds. He is doing it because he thinks it will actually improve the lives of Canadians in some tangible way, especially in the context of a generally poorly performing Canadian economy. Which leads us to the other part of the agenda that Carney has eagerly been pursuing thus far: building Canada strong. Carney represents a type.
Yeah, what that means is more Indians.
of 21st century liberal that I feel has been rising a lot in influence over the last few years. The aggressive YIMBY. These are people who believe that one of the big things that's been holding liberalism back lately is an obsession with regulation and procedure at the expense of economic development, particularly the construction of physical economic infrastructure like roads and mines and power plants and pipelines. As a result, last June, Prime Minister Carney got the Parliament to pass what he clearly intends to be one of his signature pieces of legislation, the Building Canada Act. This statute gives the federal government broad authority to ignore many pieces of Canadian law that are seen as being bureaucratic obstacles to the construction of large-scale infrastructure projects. This includes laws regulating the protection of the environment and wildlife, as well as more general laws prescribing long and complicated procedures for building things like mines and power plants. It's a pretty dramatic piece of legislation that makes the executive branch much more powerful, and the fact that it wasn't considered all that controversial really says something about the growing YIMBY consensus in Canada. Over the next few months, the Carney administration unveiled a list of over a dozen so-called major projects that his government would be using its new powers to fast-track, including a liquefied natural gas plant here in British Columbia, a copper mine in Saskatchewan, a nuclear power plant in Ontario, and a hydroelectric dam in Nunavut. It's an impressive, tangible checklist and a rare example of a politician offering the public a metric through which to measure his own success. Carney can only go so far in actually making these things happen, however. The private corporations contracted to build these projects have to remain confident that there's still a business case to see them through, which has sometimes been a problem in the past. And there are still two realms of potential political opposition that even the most YIMBY Prime Minister cannot easily override, namely the provincial governments and the indigenous governments of various First Nations. The latter, in particular, I think.
Oh my god, the indigenous tribes, they just get in the way of fucking everything. They should get rid of their special, stupid legal status. It's just a fucking joke.
Is his biggest potential headache, just because, as we learned in JJ video number 598, Carney has been trying really hard to portray himself as the great friend of the Indigenous Canadians and someone who would never ever ride.
Yeah, how about no? Get rid of their special protected status. It's just horseshit.
Roughshod over their opposition to any unauthorized use of their lands. And I'm not even being sarcastic. I think this is a legit problem that he's boxed himself into, particularly since the Canadian courts have gotten a lot more sympathetic to First Nations litigants these days. So if some of these Native organizations sue to stop the projects...
Yeah, it's hilarious. And Trudeau is responsible for a lot of the shit. Like, the Liberal Party have made it, like, impossible to get any of these infrastructure projects done.
There's a lot of reason to suspect they might be successful. Alrighty, now let us check in on the Conservative Party. How have they been doing since last year's election? Well, under leader Pierre Poilievre, they're in a bit of a difficult pickle. On the one hand, Pierre has been pretty popular and effective as a Conservative leader. He is a politician who is affirmatively quite well-liked by his party and offers a clear and disciplined message about affordability, jobs, taxes, housing, and now increasingly immigration too. A large and loyal donor base means that the Conservatives are now also the richest party in Canadian history. In terms of his share of the popular vote, Pierre is more popular than any Conservative who has run for Prime Minister of Canada in nearly 40 years, and that includes former three-term Prime Minister Stephen Harper. This is a testament to Pierre's success at broadening the appeal of the Conservative Party, particularly in making it the party of preference for young people in Canada, which is a pretty dramatic cultural shift and something that few other Conservative parties elsewhere in the world
That's going to pay off once the boomers die off.
have been able to achieve. The problem, however, is that Pierre is simultaneously very disliked by a majority of Canadians in a way that feels kind of permanent and irresolvable. A lot of people find him shrill and mean and annoying, but to a large extent, this feels inseparable from the degree that they just don't like conservatives in general. A revealing illustration of this came out in a recent poll where self-identified open-minded voters were asked what Pierre could do to win their votes. Saying he should change his tone was popular, but the most popular response was that he should talk more about...
Isn't that insane? You've got dumbasses who are like, he's mean kind of when he talks. Can you just be like more polite? That's how they decide who to vote for. Whether or not someone's polite. Like, this is why democracy just doesn't work. Just everyone's a chimp.
So-called kitchen table issues. Now, people can hate Pierre for any number of reasons, but I think it is a little bizarre to suggest that he is somehow not talking enough about middle-class economic anxieties, given he very consciously built his whole political brand around that topic.
Prices are rising faster today than they were when Mark Carney took office, promising to lower them. House prices have doubled in gas, heat, and groceries.
The number of Canadians who are just fundamentally not interested in him is kind of immovable, and so he might just be the victim. This is an election. The aftermath of that loss can often be a very divisive time, and yet the Conservatives...
You know. Boomers are gonna die off, everyone's gonna get more broke and poor and get fed up with crime. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
He from JP Morgan, presumably to protect the privacy of a multi-billion-dollar investment bank that has been a household name for over a century. On top of that, there's the sheer sloppiness of the work. The New York Times and the AP found that the Department of Justice had accidentally released unredacted photos of victims, including some who had never come forward publicly. Once they were informed about their mistake, they pulled those files, but it's a bit rich to hear the government talk about protecting victims while they're busy publishing their private photos to a global audience, while blacking out the names of Epstein's suspected co-conspirators. The law also stated that every redaction had to come with a written justification. So far, those explanations are nowhere to be found. Instead, we still have entire 100-page files that are just solid black blocks. Even for documents held back for national security purposes, the DOJ was supposed to provide unclassified summaries, another requirement that appears to have been filed in the same place they keep the download all button. This doesn't actually feel like a true effort at transparency. As a comment on one of my earlier videos said, "Oh no, they're finding needles, quick, add more hay." Sometimes it can be a struggle to find time to learn new things, but today's sponsor...
Health expert and master of fitness gives advice to his chat regarding going to the gym. Do you think this bearded lady is stronger than you?
Would you guys watch a Charlie Alpha Male
No.
course? If that's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard, you should not be watching Alpha Male courses. It's not a mystery how you can start turning your life around. Eat better, go to the gym, you start feeling better, start making small attainable goals every day. When you're right, you're right. A flash of Super Size Me. It's a good breakfast to start your day. I don't hate it. Do you track calories? No. I'm with you. You can have much more fun. Hype each other up. Lift. I really think that you can't go in with that perception based on like some TikTok losers that are doing degenerate shit. Any beginner fitness channel recs or not really? Oh, I got tons. It just depends on what you want. There are so many good resources for starting a fitness journey now, man. The whole community for that. Obviously, the top is Jeff Nippard. He's by far the biggest there, but like there are, everything else can take a backseat. So I'm getting a lot of like Culvers. It depends like for like dirty bulking, or are you trying to just put on like a 4-star recruit in high school, but he was really scrawny, so a lot of recruiters were afraid that he wasn't going to like actually pan out as like a really good recruit going into college. And his coach said that his plan in order to get muscle on him and weight on him was just feeding him pasta. Or not the coach, the nutritionist or whatever. Pasta is something that's just gonna fucking slap weight on you. You can lose weight eating only pizza, and you can gain weight eating only pizza. It's absolutely right. Calories in, calories out. We just haven't got everything together yet. I want to start lab testing all of the supplements that are out there, because I guarantee 99% are scams. Every new protein is legit first. You have a good product to start, you get, or hang is whatever you can imagine.
That was not worth watching. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Brilliant.org makes it easy to learn with quick, fun, time. daily access to their entire library. In 2007, Villafana had put together an 82-page prosecution memo and a 53-page draft indictment that would likely have ended Jeffrey Epstein's crimes and abuse. Villafana didn't just focus on the abuse, she followed the money, broadening the investigation to include money laundering and the operation of an unlicensed money-transmitting business. She subpoenaed Epstein's banks for records about his financial activity and even contacted his most important client, the billionaire Les Wexner, to ask about their business arrangements. Bloomberg reports that this sent Epstein into a total tailspin. He fired off a series of typo-laden emails to his lawyers, who began a campaign to have Villafana removed from the case. They argued that her tactics were unduly invasive, that she was pursuing baseless claims to pressure their client into a plea deal, and pressured her supervisors to remove her and others from the case, or throw the case out altogether. The most remarkable part of this story isn't that Epstein tried to stop her, it's that it worked. Despite the prosecutor warning her superiors that Epstein was a continuing threat, she was ordered to stop her investigation and begin plea negotiations. The result was the infamous sweetheart deal overseen by Alex Acosta, which not only gave Epstein a few months in a county jail, but also provided blanket immunity to any potential co-conspirators, essentially turning the US Justice Department into a private security firm for Epstein's entire social network. You might look at this deal and think, well, I guess this happened because he was really politically connected. He was good friends with Bill Clinton at this point in time. He had visited Clinton in the White House, and they'd been jet-setting around the world for close to a decade by then. That doesn't really add up, however. As connected as Epstein was, he wouldn't have been nearly as connected as Dennis Hastert was. Hastert had been a congressman for 20 years and was the 6th longest-serving Speaker of the House in history. By the time FBI discovered that he was a serial child molester, the statute of limitations had run out on his actual crimes. But rather than giving him a sweetheart deal, the DOJ used financial technicalities to put him behind bars in 2015, convicting him for the way he structured his hush money payments to his victims. Political connections don't explain Epstein's sweetheart deal. There had to be something more. If political connections don't explain how Epstein remained untouchable, maybe we should look at his more hands-on approach to reputation management. One of the most famous stories about Epstein involves Vanity Fair editor-in-chief Graydon Carter. In 2003, while reporter Vicky Ward was working on a profile of Epstein and interviewing the Farmer sisters, who had first reported Epstein to the FBI in 1996, Epstein decided to take the editorial process into his own hands. Early one morning, Carter arrived at his office to find Epstein already there, standing alone in the reception area. Epstein reportedly spent that morning and many subsequent phone calls torturing and berating Carter, demanding that he publish nothing about Epstein's involvement with teenage girls. When the verbal abuse didn't work, the threats became more physical. A live bullet was left on Carter's doorstep in Manhattan, and shortly after, the severed head of a dead cat was found in the yard of his country home. While there was no evidence that this was done by Epstein, the message was apparently clear enough that Vanity Fair decided to scrub the abuse allegations from the final article.
Crazy.
While this mob-style intimidation might have worked on a journalist, it's not reasonable to believe that it would have intimidated the FBI, who around the same time were busy conducting the largest mafia takedown in the agency's history. They rounded up 127 members of the 5 mob families in New York. They were hunting down Whitey Bulger, who they believed had been involved in 19 murders. It's hard to believe that the same federal agents who were unfazed by violent killers were somehow terrified of a creepy pedo whose primary method of intimidation was showing up early for a meeting and leaving a dead house pet on a porch. It's not exactly The Godfather. This leads us to another popular theory that people have discussed for years, that Epstein wasn't just a well-connected predator, but an intelligence asset. A journalist named Vicky Ward wrote an article for the Daily Beast in 2019, which said that Alex Acosta told investigators that the case was above his pay grade because Epstein belonged to intelligence, a claim that he has since denied. A newly released document, file EFTA 000-90314, gives us a look at why that theory might have had some weight within the FBI. This is an FD 1023, a form that the FBI uses to record information from a confidential human source. According to the Attorney General's guidelines, a CHS is someone believed to be providing useful and credible information, though the FBI notes that these reports are often unverified raw intelligence. This particular source makes some staggering claims. They allege that Alan Dershowitz specifically told Acosta that Epstein belonged to both US and Allied intelligence services. The document goes even further, claiming that Epstein had trained as a spy under former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak. The document doesn't just implicate Epstein either. The source claims that Dershowitz himself was co-opted by Mossad and that Mossad would call Dershowitz to debrief him after his phone calls with Epstein. The document even manages to implicate the White House, alleging that Donald Trump had been compromised by Israel and that Jared Kushner, a former student of Dershowitz's, was the real brains behind the operation. Now, we have to take these claims with a massive grain of salt. One of the strange things about this document is that it refers to previous reports which don't appear to be included in the files. Based on what I can find online, a confidential source can range from a highly placed operative to someone who just enjoys sharing gossip on encrypted messaging apps. But the fact that the FBI was recording these allegations of foreign influence on US officials by Israel, Russia, and the UAE as late as October 2020 shows that the intelligence angle may not have been just a conspiracy theory, but without more information, it's impossible to know. If you're looking for a reason to appreciate your own neighbours, even the ones who practice the drums at 2 a.m, you might want to take a look at Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's block on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Jeffrey Epstein lived right next door to him in a massive 7-story townhouse, and Bill Cosby lived right across the road.
Jeez.
Woody Allen lived just 1 street away and was constantly dropping by Epstein's house with his wife/daughter to visit. I imagine that living on a street like that, you'd hire armed guards to bring your kids back and forth to school.
Yeah, really.
Lutnick recently gave an interview on a podcast called Podforce One, describing how he and his wife once visited Epstein's home for a tour around the time he moved into the neighborhood, only to be shown a massage room and hear a comment so revolting that they decided in the 6 to 8...
They found Epstein had land in Mexico the size of a military complex, which they found that Epstein ordered and received 90 gallons of sulfuric acid. Really? The fuck?
Steps it took to get back to their own house that they would never be in a room with Epstein again. Lutnick forgot to mention in that interview that the prior owner of his house had been Jeffrey Epstein, and that the real estate records show that the transfer was listed for $10 and other valuable consideration. Now, this was back in 1998 when house prices were a lot lower than they are today, and it might have been cheap because of the dodgy neighbors, but it's still a remarkably good deal for a Manhattan townhouse. Howard tells a very compelling story on the podcast of his moral clarity, but the files suggest that this wasn't his last run-in with Epstein. The new documents include emails from 2012 showing Lutnick and his family planning a visit to Epstein's private island on their yacht.
You know what? My lower back is just bothering me too much. I'm gonna just take a break, stretch a little bit, lie down, just let my lower back rest. I think it's from doing the heavy shrugs so often. I think that's just bothering my lower back. But hope you all had fun. Big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. Should be on tomorrow doing the stuff we normally do, though. And who knows, if my back feels better later tonight, maybe I'll stream at like 4 in the morning or something. Who knows? I don't know if I'll do a gaming stream. I'm supposed to be training tomorrow, so we'll probably do a training stream. But we'll see. But thanks again, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Sorry I had to cut the stream short. Just my back is just bothering me way too much.
Only a month? Here's to the stop that never stopped. To the flavor that found its way into everything. From just one spot to America's #1 spot for wings. This isn't just a meal. It's an arrival. Wingstop is here.
Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. She's primed. Oh, she's subbed. Well, she likes to watch WoW. Why doesn't she play? Who's Menu the Betrayer? Is this a good comp for a shaman? No one wants my Wind Fury? Dude, guys want one thing and it's disgusting. It's Wind Fury. My buddy's ex cheated on him, wasted AF. On the 4th of July, they were in a 6-year relationship and engaged. That's wild. That's wild. A bell! It's not good for me. Don't speak. I know just what you're healing. Can you please sing this song in-game and drop Tremor? Oh yeah, I can use my Tremor totem. See, the last time I did this dungeon, there was a different shaman in the group who was putting down the Tremor totem. But I mean, now I'm gonna do it, so. Okay, I'll do it. Wow. That's what I say every day when I wake up. Wow. I wake up, I walk past the mirror, and I'm like, wow, wow, it's great. It's great to be me. It's a new day. Hey, Meowsley, welcome back. Actually, I actually don't have, I like don't look in the mirror that often. I had to get rid of one of my other mirrors because I'm so bad at like picking my face. Like I actually had to, I got rid of my, you know those mirrors that are really like zoomed in? I had to throw it out because I would always just like look at every single pore on my face. So I had to stop. And now I never pick at my face anymore because I threw it away. Now I just have like a normal mirror that doesn't zoom in. Don't speak. Da-na-na-na-na-na. What's the wowzers? Oh, I'm Oops. Guys only want one thing, it's when soap trolls people. I haven't been really trolling anyone. Like, no one's really been, like, reaching out to me. I'm not gonna troll anyone in the group because I don't want them to, like, rage quit and leave. Don't speak. Okay, I'm sorry. I just can't get the song in my head. I can't. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the new follows, by the way. I appreciate it. If you're new here, you can introduce yourself. You can say hi. Or you don't if you don't want to, you don't have to either. If you want to just, you know, be quiet, keep to yourself, that's fine too. Maybe you're just playing in the background. Okay, that's fine. That's sure. I won't ask any questions. Actually, I will probably ask questions, but it's fine. Shift X, Shift Z. I got banned from chatting in game. What do you mean banned from chatting? You got muted? Actually, the thing is, when you're playing, it's kind of hard to type. A lot of the times people, they respond to me in the chat by whispering me in game. Because they're like playing. You can't just like tab out, type in the chat, tab back in. Like, you know, you're on a quest, you're killing something, you're in a dungeon. No, I do want you to speak, but I'm just saying, like, don't feel pressured to speak. Like, I'm not gonna force anyone to speak if you don't want to, you know? You know, I'd rather just come naturally when you feel safe to speak. Like, maybe you don't feel safe to speak right now. Oh, because I keep saying don't speak. Oh, wait. It's a song. It's a song. 1, 2, 3, whee! I definitely don't bite. I'm the most welcoming, friendly person you will ever meet. In game, in real life. I feel like I kind of seem... I think I have a resting bitch face, though, in real life. But I'm not. Not actually. Shift X, Shift Z. Oh no. Yeah, IRL, I feel like I might. Can I get rid of these tangling roots by tremoring? Or no? What'd I forget? I think I forgot my totem. Can you tremor that or no? I just joined the stream. Oh, welcome. Guys, I'm clocked in right now. I'm at work. Guys, I'm at work right now. You want to see more? I don't know. Do I? I feel like I have RBF. That sounds like a disease. Oh, guys, I have RBF. It's not curable. Actually, RBF is curable. It is curable. You just have to be mindful when you're. I felt like today I was waiting in line. I felt like I had an RBF today. I was like, oh, I wonder. Yeah, but I'm talking about if I'm just by myself. I don't know. I'm not. If I'm by myself, I'm not just like standing like, I love life. It's the right way. That's right. I have PAS, Perfect Angel Syndrome. Welcome back. Hi, Jacob. Let me know if I need the tremor. Okay. I'm still learning this dungeon, so I just have to tremor at the beginning. Wait, if I smile, I can't even speak. If I smile so much, how come I don't have smile lines? Oh, you guys didn't tell me to, I asked you guys and you didn't answer. I asked you, do I still have to tremor? And you didn't answer. Bro, I just put down the wrong totem. No, but you stopped producing collagen when you turn 25. Oh no, my skin. Well, I don't. Okay, the one nice thing, since I don't go outside, like I'm never in the sun, I actually feel like my skin is quite nice because I don't go in the sun a lot. So I don't have any like I don't have any like wrinkles or anything just because I don't go outside. So it's actually worked out for me. You turned, oh, happy birthday. You gonna have cake? Mana Spring, Tremor. Don't speak. Da-na-na. Oops, wrong bind. I don't tan. You need 15 minutes of sun. Okay, but the thing is, I've gotten my vitamin D levels checked, and my vitamin D levels are perfectly fine. Like, I've never been deficient in anything. You just woke up, your breakfast was 2 Diet Dr. Peppers, 1 large fry. Wait, yeah, but you're missing, like, where's the protein? That's too much carbs, what do you mean? You just had drinks, like, that's not... I like Americanos. Plus, I can get sun from, like, the window. I mean, you can get sun from other sources. Right? Texas juice cleanse? I haven't made my juice. Wait, I haven't made my juice, and I have so many apples. Maybe I'll just make apple juice. Hi, Ono. Well, okay, I do go outside, but the thing is, I only go outside if I have something to do. Like, I don't just, like... I feel like I go outside more often now, because I have, like, a friend. My friend's back in town, so I like, hang out with her now. Before that's like, what am I gonna do out? Like, what am I gonna do? I'm, like, I mean, I'm down to do things by myself, but it's like, I don't really, like, I don't know. What pants? I got new jeans. Guys, I got $255 jeans for 20 bucks. Is that not a great deal? I was like, damn. I mean, I wasn't gonna buy anything because I wasn't really there to buy anything. Plus, I have so many pairs of jeans. Like, I don't really need a new jeans. Bro, I know. Chain heel? Our tank died. Because I have no totems down. I literally have no totems down. Don't speak. No, they weren't ripped either. Wait, I'm gonna kill it. Q? B? Kill it? Is this good? Defense? That's for DPS people, right? This group's... Is this the end of it? Sorry. That's it. That was for tanks. Okay, I'm gonna need it. I'm kidding. Don't speak. Na 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 na. Do I gym? No, but I kind of want. My friend keeps wanting me. My friend wants me to go to Pilates with her, and then and she also wanted me to go to Soul Cycle. You probably don't know what that is though. Whenever you died. What's Pilates? I don't even know what it is. I actually don't know what it is. I don't know. No, yoga is different. Pilates is food. It's like workout yoga. I don't know. I actually don't know. I've never done it. I would go to yoga. I like stretching. I've been stretching every day before bed. Because low key, oh my god. Oh, another, okay, also, so this, my friend that moved back into my town, she was like someone that I used to do cheer with, and she was like, oh my gosh, Sophia, we should go to a tumbling class. And I was like, I have not done like a back handspring, back tuck in like, in like 10 years. I think I might break my back. Actually, I mean, if anything, it's not my back. I feel like my arms, I feel like I'd break my arms. Tremor, okay. This soap cult. Hi, Zabaz. Okay. F. Shift X. Okay. Now I'm just gonna spam lesser healing. Yeah, I was a varsity cheer. Okay, this guy's like 10 million miles away from me. I was a varsity cheerleader. Yeah. Oh, I did like competitive cheer outside of high school. Like I did high school sideline cheer. Like sideline cheer was a joke compared to competitive cheer. Like I would have practice. Oh my gosh, this is why I did so bad my sophomore year of high school. I got really bad grades because I would have high school cheer practice from 3 to 6 p.m. and I'd have my other cheer practice from 7 to 9 p.m. So I never had time to do my homework. I mean, I wouldn't do my homework because I would get home, shower. I was so tired. No, I was a theater kid. I mean, no, I was not a theater. I was friends with the theater kids, some of them. I was not a theater kid, no. The Dallas, those are like dancers though. Don't speak. And from the time period from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., like I had to drive. I was driving to the gym. So, how do I say this as nice as possible? Just say it. I mean, just be honest. Whatever you're gonna say, just say it. Don't speak. I know what you're saying. Honestly, I don't know if I can still do one. I think back tucks are easier to do than back handsprings. Like a back, okay. Like a backflip, if you don't know how to back tuck it, like back handsprings are much harder to perfect than, like, you need good technique. Tremor? Am I supposed to tremor? I don't know. Chain heal? He's gonna die. Why am I chain healing? Bro, what? Why am I healing myself? Don't speak. I know what you're saying. I tremored though, so I'm confused. I guess my tremor's not there anymore. Okay. Oh, tremor doesn't work. So what are you supposed to do if you get MC'd? I don't think I have poison cleansing shift V. Hold on. Disease cleansing? Don't speak. Da-na-na-na-na. Wait. Onk! Look at this guy first then. Actually, I should get the tank, because then the tank can help us too. Too late. Oh no! Wait, you should have told me they were gonna come back! Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, it's gonna kill me no matter what. Oh my god. Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. Don't even talk about it. Youch! I know a lot of people I went to high school that are famous. Really? There's a couple famous people around my area. In my high school. Terrible gameplay. Kick healer. I'm telling your mom that you said that. Wait, someone left. Don't speak. 2 people left. Should I release? Okay, finally the correct oh, that's save us. I was like, they're mad. Okay. All right. What time is it? 10:30. How long have you been live? Oh, we've only been live for 3 hours. Release. Don't speak. Was that 100% my fault? Like, be honest. I'm like, be honest. Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. I actually don't know because I don't really play, like, I'm not used to playing this game, so I don't know. Maybe I wasn't focused. Let's get a new song in my head. They're big pulls. I mean, okay, you guys, like, don't, what's the word? Don't baby me, like, just be truthful. Okay, but don't lie, like, don't just be like, oh, like, it was you, like, you messed it up. Okay, like, tell the truth. Wait, is this the same wait, is this the same? Wait, Davey, do I know you? That sounds so like, have we met before on hardcore? I feel like I know this person. They're from Peekaboo's stream. I've never played a maid. Do you watch Peekaboo? Don't speak. Nah. Okay. Okay, never mind. I know someone has the same name. He said nah. It's okay. No need to say sorry. Don't speak. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know how to get back, so it's gonna take me a second. Do I go this way? Can I go in the water? Go underwater? I've never died in this dungeon. Wait, you can walk on water. In the water. Her whole group was waiting for her while she yapped and they pulled and she kept yapping. It isn't that deep. Wait, I mean that's also valid. That's why I asked. Like, was that all me? Like, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wasn't. I wasn't. Well, that wasn't a boss though, and I was confused also. I tremored, but I guess you can't tremor. Ah, it's so bright. I did tremor, but it doesn't matter. The tremor doesn't work. Don't speak. Guys, at the end of the day, I'm the one that lost a bunch of XP and time. How do I get in here? How do I get there? Do I go up or down? I have to delete my account now, guys. Through the bright. Oh, this thing? I hate having to do anything that's underwater. This, like, flashbang thing? Guys, hold your breath. I can't hold my breath. Dude, we would not be able to swim down here. Like, you would need some sort of thing. You would drown. Ew, imagine doing this in real life. Okay, I have a question. How come you keep inviting a bunch of casters? Isn't, like, melee good with a shaman so I can give, like, Wind Fury or no? What's SP mean? Oh, wait, this is... Okay, I was just asking. I didn't know. I was just asking. I didn't know. I wasn't sure what the ideal comp was. You guys are so mean. I'm kidding. SP is soap without the vowels. Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. SP means significant person. Bro, my gear's red. Wait, I'll just put on a different chest. How about I just put on a different helm? I'll just put this on. If you can't repair your gear, just put something new on. Okay. No, bro, I can't. No thank you. No thanks you, I can't. Bag's full. I got lots of water though. Guards! What? Ziggy, what do you need a guard for? What's wrong? Don't speak. Okay, so... Okay, you know what? Sometimes you have to die to know what to do. Okay, so now I need to use Tremor more often here. Yeah, like these first couple packs, right? It's not every single... Or should I be Tremoring every single pack or no? Bro, can everyone stop trading me? Who is this person? I'm your husband. In what world? We should exchange snaps. Okay, you're too young for me. Gotta go. Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. Oh, they're gonna give me a cookie, I think. Right? Okay, so is it Tremor every single pack? Okay. Personally, I think Snapchat is for... Like people under the age of 20. That's just my opinion. I don't use... Wait, disease? Okay. Okay. I guess it actually that's true. I guess it might depend where you're from. It's popular in Sweden, really? You don't use like WhatsApp or something? Don't speak. Da-na-na-na-na. Dude, what? Stop. Guards. I'm not, you really, okay, yeah, I'm gonna give you my phone number. You know what? I met a lot of people in their mid-20s who use it, and it's such a red flag. I mean, is it necessarily a red flag? I just think if you meet someone and they're like, hey, what's your Snapchat? Why can't you just be like, hey, what's your number? Like, why I don't know. Why do we need to do things on Snapchat if you... F. Do I tremor? You think texting's weird? What? Why? Just give me your Discord then. Easier to ghost? Well then, just say no. Don't be that person. Just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. If you want to ghost, just don't ever give them... Just be like, no, sorry, not interested. Wait, what'd you say, Munch? Pay attention when you use Healing Wave, Lesser Healing Wave? Really? I've been spamming rank 5 Lesser Healing Wave. That's pretty much what I do. I feel like my chain heal does not, like, doesn't do anything. Like, I don't know. Stand further back. You think I should be using Healing Wave instead of Lesser Healing? Okay. Use regular Healing Wave and stand further back. Okay. Really? Are you okay, I mean... Okay. Okay, I'll listen. You play Shaman. I trust you. The thing with the Discord age verification thing, it's not gonna... I don't think... I personally don't... I mean, you obviously do what you feel comfortable with, but I feel like I wouldn't feel comfortable uploading my ID, especially when... I don't know, I feel like a security... I don't know. The thing is, you're not going to really miss out on that many... like, nothing... You can still use Discord. Like, people are being like, oh my god, I need to, like, we need to find a new thing to use. Like, I mean, it's fine. It's going to be... Shift Z. Bro, these guys are all dying. Is that all me? Maybe, I guess it is all me. Why? Okay. How is it on me? Don't speak. I was healing. He like insta deleted. If I release, will these guys come for me? Don't speak. No, bro, my gear's red. Anyone have a bot? Repair bot? Is that in this game? Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. Have them run out and summon you. I actually was locked in there. Like, for once, I swear I was actually pretty locked in. Like, I was. I felt locked in. Run! Run where? Sorry, hiccups. Okay. I feel like every time it's my fault, but that time didn't really feel like my fault. Like, I'm fine. When it's my fault, it's my fault. My gear's red, though. You took out a $3,000 loan to invest in crypto. So how's that going for you? Are they gonna run out and summon you? Why? Why would we summon? Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. I don't think it's the right words. Do a gym stream. But I don't really like working out. I like cardio. I don't want to get super muscular. I want to just be like skinny. I want to be like toned. I feel like you don't have to go to the gym to be toned. You just have to do like a little bit. Like if I just do like some planks and stuff. Like I already have low body fat, so it's fine.